Typically when people on the internet talk about aging, they are talking about skincare or they are talking about cosmetic procedures, but not today. Today, I'm going to tell you that the key to looking absolutely gorgeous in your 50s, 60s, and 70s is a great head of hair, and in particular, a fantastic haircut. As a licensed hairdresser, I have a ton of clients in this age group, and they happen to be my favorite clients to work with. And the reason that I love working with women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s is not only that they have amazing conversation in the chair, they have great life experience, amazing advice, tons of great stories, but it's also because I find that you can completely transform the way someone looks and feels by giving them a great haircut that is not only suitable to their age, but complementary to their age. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite haircut ideas for mature women. Let's go. The first haircut that I'm going to suggest for you is long hair. I bet you didn't see that one coming, and I bet you've been told by a hairdresser before that as you get older, you really shouldn't have long hair. This is something that I deeply and fundamentally disagree with, and this is why. If you are blessed with a beautiful hair texture and really beautiful, thick hair, then having long hair is something that's going to make you look incredibly feminine and incredibly sexy, and it does not matter if you are over the age of 50. Now here is where the problem lies. What can typically happen as we age is our skin loses elasticity over time. When we lose elasticity, we also lose volume. When we lose volume, we start to get fine lines and wrinkles, and over time those fine lines and wrinkles transform into deeper lines and wrinkles. Now, when you have very, very long hair, what can happen is the eye gets drawn down. So you basically get this illusion of a dragged down effect. Now, when you've lost volume in your face, when your eye is dragged down from your haircut, what can happen is you end up looking more tired, you end up lacking radiance, and you end up looking older. Now, there's a solution to this problem while keeping your hair long. What you want to do is you want to shorten your hair a bit. It doesn't have to be short by any means, but we want to keep it at the shoulder or slightly below the shoulder. You can even go as long as here. And what you want to add to it is you want to add layering to it. What's going to happen when you add layering around the face and throughout the entire perimeter of the hair is you are going to expand the hair, and when you expand the hair, you create movement and width. When you create width, you create the illusion that that width is also in the face. Width equals volume equals youth equals radiance. If you have this long layered hair, another way to give yourself more volume in the face and more width in the face is to add curls, to add waves, adding texture. All of that is also going to widen that illusion and create more youthfulness in the cheekbones and the jawline area. Here is one of my favorite clients who's above 50. Her name is Shelly, and what we do with her hair is I keep it really, really light on top. Since she's completely white on top, her regrowth becomes more seamless, but she was really missing having a bit of depth and a little bit of warmth in her face. So the under layer of her hair is dark. Her hair is lightly layered, it's below the shoulder, and she's got lots of face framing pieces that soften out her face at the front. Now, the key again is to create that width. So in Shelly's case, I like adding a lot of volume in her blowout. The way that I do that is when I am blow drying her hair, and this is something that you can do at home as well. Instead of blow drying it in a part, I actually section that entire middle section out and I blow dry it backwards. I use little pin clips just to keep that curl in place until the hair cools down and sets the shape, and then I run my hands through it, and as you can see, you get this tons, like loads of lift up in the root area, which just lifts her face right up and gives the illusion of so much youthfulness. When you are working with your hair, whether it's long or short or anything, you really do want to use the current looks as inspiration. I often get my clients asking me if it's inappropriate for them to use these current looks because they're too old for it or whatever. This could not be further from the truth. If you start styling your hair in the way that is in style style now or that is very current. It's going to make you look fashionable, it's going to make you look youthful and kind of in with the times. Whereas if you continue to style your hair the way that you did back when you were younger in the 80s and 90s, you're automatically going to tell people that you're not as current, that you're not as fashionable, which kind of makes you by default look older, even if you don't even look old at all. The next length that I want to talk about and that I highly recommend is the bob. The bob is a very current hair look that a lot of people of all ages are loving right now. The reason this is a fantastic haircut for someone 50 plus is because it is super trendy, it is super sophisticated, but it also gives you a really automatic lift and makes your face look significantly more full with way less effort than if you have long hair. With bobs, you can start customizing a lot by doing, graduated bobs, straight bobs. You can start adding fringes, and that brings me to another really great suggestion I have for more mature skin, and that is adding a fringe or a bang to your look. Bangs can be an absolute godsend to your hairstyle. I just got them myself. They can make you look so much more beautiful depending on which bangs you get and how it complements your face shape. I did an entire video talking all about bangs and which face shape it looks better with. So if you want to check out that video, if you're gonna get a new haircut and you want to try out bangs, then definitely go to that link next. I'm gonna leave it in the comment section below. The absolute best part about bangs, other than the fact that it does shorten your face again and create more volume, is also that it hides all of the wrinkles in your forehead, and it typically does quite a good job of hiding the wrinkles around the side of your eyes as well, your crow's feet area. If you get your hair colored or you want to do some color, what bangs can also do is it can add an instant warmth to your skin tone. When we age, we tend to lose a bit of color. So when you're adding like a warm blonde or a nice warm brown right into the front of your face, you're kind of bringing that whole thing into your actual skin tone, and that can be incredibly flattering. Finally, let's talk about the Pixie, because a lot of older women really love the Pixie, and I've seen it work so beautifully, but I've also seen it really age people. Now, when it comes to the Pixie, we need to keep in mind that hair is a really good way to create illusions in the face. That is what I talk a lot about on this channel, how to create the illusion that you want with your haircut and color. Now, when you have a pixie cut that is too short, you take away the hair's ability to create any illusion. So all you're going to focus on is the face. That's why Halle Berry's Pixie works so well. Halle Berry is known in Hollywood to be like the starlet with the perfect pixie. And that really is because she has such a beautiful, symmetrical, gorgeous, perfect face that when all the hair is gone from it, all you see is the face. But this can really backfire if there's things about your face that you want to camouflage. So if you have a little bit of extra weight here in your chin, if you have a very short pixie, you're gonna see it right away. If you have a lot of lines and wrinkles around your eyes or a lot of lines on your forehead, if you have a very short pixie, all the arrows are going to be pointing to those lines. There is nothing to kind of soften it out. An awesome way to really pull off a beautiful pixie when you're older is to make sure that the front of that pixie has some length. You can still keep the back really tight, keep everything really cropped in, even around the ears, but here at the front, if you have a little bit of movement, a little bit of length, you can start to do all of those illusion style things again. You can start to hide some of the forehead wrinkles, hide some of the crow's feet wrinkles, and you can even create a little bit of lift to give yourself the illusion that you have these really huge, beautiful, high cheekbones, even if you don't. Here is a big no-no when it comes to a pixie cut if your intention is to look more youthful. The big no-no is getting one of those very standard grandma pixie cuts, the ones that are just not in style anymore, that are very like cookie cutter, that aren't customized to your face shape or to your hair texture. If you get an outdated haircut, you will look outdated. If you style your hair in a way that is outdated, because that's what you're used to, you will look outdated. That's just a reality. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, as that really helps my channel grow. And I'll see you next week. Bye.